Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here today to just bring you my newest kit, digital kit that's available obviously in my Etsy. It's called Lavender Serenity. It's based around kind of positivity, gratitude, tranquility, calmness, you know, kind of all things restful and peaceful really. I did do a couple of journals, kind of bullet style journals that were kind of positivity journals a really long time ago now. So that's where I kind of got the idea from, and yeah, I thought it would be really nice to have a kind of digital you know, positivity kind of kit really. So a bit kind of based around mindfulness. Although, you know, I mean, I wouldn't really kind of call it that. It's more based around kind of well-being and, yeah, peace and calmness and tranquility, really. So the actual kit itself consists of kind of 2 PDF files. You will get 2 PDF files. The first one is of the background papers. There are 10 different background papers. And then the second file, also a PDF file, will be the kind of main body of the kit. So if I just kind of run through what you will actually get included with your purchase, first of all. So the 10 background papers that you will get this one here, which is, as you can see, beautiful shades of kind of lavender. It's got hints of kind of a peachy kind of colour as well. Obviously butterflies and flowers and things. So that's the first one. Let me just move things out of the way as I go. This is my second time of doing this video because the first one came out very dark. So hopefully this one's going to go better. This is the second background paper. It's very similar to the first, but it's a much more muted tone, and it's obviously got vintage script behind it. You know, so again, it's got that whole feeling of kind of calm and peaceful restfulness kind of running through it. And then these ones, I've actually printed these double-sided to kind of show you basically how they are. So we have got this one here, which is kind of in tones of beautiful kind of peaches and kind of greens and things. Again, quite muted. You know, again, hopefully kind of really, oops, I've got it upside down. Hopefully got it really kind of, you know, tranquil and really, you know, nice kind of peaceful feeling. And then on the back of there, you've just got some more of these gorgeous kind of lavender shades. Again, slightly different kind of from the other ones. You've got no butterflies here, and they're kind of slightly different shades. But again, that gorgeous kind of hues running through there. Then the next one is again on the kind of peachy colour. Again, you've got some vintage script there and hints of kind of green picked up on there. Yeah, again, it's quite muted. So, you know, hopefully you could kind of journal over that, or obviously leave them plain. On the back of there, you've got some vintage, sorry, it's not vintage, some coffee dyed ledger paper. Obviously, I have printed these double-sided for the purposes of this video, but obviously I've included this because you could hopefully print it one-sided, and you could obviously tear this or, you know, cut it and use it in your journals as kind of coffee dyed paper. So that's that one. Then this must be about sheet number 7, I think. You've got this gorgeous coffee dyed paper there with just a couple of butterflies, and it's kind of edged in very delicate greeny colour, picking up from the butterflies there. And again, obviously, if you printed that single-sided, you know, it would kind of save you coffee dyeing, I was thinking. So then on the other side of that, we've got this gorgeous greeny colour with the peaches and just some flowers kind of there in the edges. And then here you've just got a plain sheet of coffee dyed paper. So that's another kind of background, which again, I thought if you printed that, well, single-sided or double-sided, it's kind of got the appearance of coffee dyeing without obviously the hassle of having to do it. And then the very final page, this one is kind of more pinky toned with, again, the kind of peachy colours running through it. So, I mean, hopefully they're all, you know, very calming and, you know, I think they're really beautiful. Now, the bulk of the kit, I'm going to run through kind of each page. So what I've done here is I have called these journaling mats. As you can see, they're a lot bigger than kind of traditional journaling cards. I mean, obviously this is an A4 sheet of paper, so these are kind of slightly smaller than an A4, an A5 side. And the reason that I've done that is because obviously, you know, I was kind of producing this with bullet journaling in mind and kind of positivity journaling and things like that. And I thought actually a journaling mat would be really great because it kind of maximizes your space there for kind of composing things like lists and feel good quotes and things like that, rather than kind of journaling over an entire side. So I've included lots of those journaling mats, all slightly different, but all hopefully in the same gorgeous kind of theme running through with the kind of tranquility and things on there. So this one's got a little postcard and things, and on here you've got a couple of little banners here, one with a flower, one with a butterfly. You've got this lovely circle here with here and now on there, and then you've got this gorgeous ticket which again kind of obviously picks up the colours and the theme of the kit. Then the next side here, you've got another couple of large journaling mats. Again, you know, the same kind of gorgeous tones kind of running through the entirety of the kit. And then you've got these two, which, you know, really, again, maximising the journaling space and kind of, you know, trying to really stick with the really beautiful kind of calm theme. And then this one here, these have obviously got the lined paper actually, and the one before had obviously kind of the ledger paper, which I thought was quite nice to include, you know, lines to kind of write on. I certainly find lines quite helpful. So I thought these were really rather nice, and obviously it's lined paper that has been coffee dyed, so you've got kind of drips and things like that on them, so they look really, really nice, you know. Then the next one, you've got these ones, which again, this one's a lot paler, and you've got the ledger kind of coming through. This one again is quite pale, and you've got just some very faint lines there, kind of just, you know, kind of across the page. Now this one I have actually printed on just normal copy paper, and there is a reason for that. So the rest of it, I should have said, has been printed on 160 GSM cardstock, and it's all white. It's not ivory today, but I can show you in a moment how it looks on ivory, because I did print a few pages on ivory just to kind of see. So these are printed on the cardstock. This has been printed on the copy paper, and the reason for this is, as you can see, I've kind of created these slimmer. You've got the line paper here and the ledger paper here, and what I was kind of thinking is obviously that you could print these and then you could tear them down and make the little kind of notebooks that we like to make. So I mean, obviously you could print several copies and have large kind of flip books and just staple them at the top, or obviously you could kind of tear them across and have random sized pages. So, you know, you could kind of tear these in half roughly, and you'd have obviously 4 pages in your little flip book. So, you know, we can make one of those in a moment. Then here you've got some journaling spots or kind of tuck spots, you know, little kind of mats there to the side, which I just thought would be, you know, really, really, you know, rather nice. Then on the next page, excuse me, we've got lots of uplifting, positive words here. So affirmations, kind of, you know, happy, incredible, amazing, opportunities, discover, fulfilling, wonderful. Lots of kind of, yeah, literally just kind of uplifting, lovely, positive words. And they are on the lavender kind of background here. And then here on the kind of coffee dyed colour, I've got suggested prompts basically for if you were wanting to do this as a kind of positivity, gratitude kind of style journal. Then I've just kind of popped these down as kind of prompts. So once in a lifetime, books that inspire me, in the here and now, do what you love, live with a greater awareness, live a life of abundance, don't let other people's actions govern yours, brain dump and important ideas, and people of greatness. So, I mean, obviously, you know, you can see that 1 or 2 of those are kind of prompts for you to actually journal beneath. So brain dump and important ideas, for instance, or, you know, people of greatness for people who, you know, inspire you or have inspired you in the past. So, you know, you've got those. Then the next page here, this is your journaling cards. So you've got 2 pages of journaling cards. They're all different. So these ones, again, they're all kind of perfectly coordinating with the whole kit and beautiful, tranquil, you know, I mean, I really, really love these colours and I feel like a scratch record, but to me, this whole kit just really kind of, just screams kind of calmness and yeah, just really kind of lovely. So you've got obviously lots of journaling cards here, and then you've got a little ticket here with take a chance kind of just written on the bottom. So that's those. You have to excuse me, this was where I've obviously been reprinting and reprinting, so that obviously please ignore this side of it. This side you've got obviously another 6 journaling cards. Again, they're all slightly different, and again, you know, kind of can be used in a variety of ways, but they've got predominantly the exact same, you know, beautiful kind of theme running through. And then you've got this lovely circle here, live in the present, just kind of quote on there. So, you know, again, there's those. Then here you've got more kind of uplifting sentiments and things on the coffee-dyed kind of background here. So again, you've got kind of, you know, harmonious, treasured, adventure, fascination, breathe, milestone, books that inspire me, all these different kind of words and kind of sentiments there that can be used in your journal. And then here you've got 3 little tickets down the bottom. These 2 obviously are kind of blank for your own kind of filling in. And this one, again, it's kind of done like a prompt. So it's got here things that make me happy. And again, obviously they're all in the same, you know, really pretty colours. Then on this page, I've got more kind of suggested prompts. So again, on the gorgeous coffee dyed kind of background, take a chance, finding my true self, my great loves, don't be so hard on yourself, things that motivate me, things to start doing, if you never try, you'll never know, and words to use more. So again, you know, kind of you can use them as prompts or titles, or, you know, have you kind of wish. And then here I've got these little kind of journaling spots, or again, you could use them as titles, or, you know, have you like really on these 3 things here. Then you've got these gorgeous square kind of tiles here. So you've got here, live with a greater awareness, if you never try, you'll never know, and then this one, do what you love. So they're just kind of bits and bobs to kind of obviously decorate your journal with. And then this one I saved to last. Oops, I've actually now smudged something off of my desk, some ink and things and glue on there. But this one I saved to last. It's got this gorgeous, this journal belongs to kind of label here, which I noticed lots of people seem to have a stamp saying this journal belongs to, that people like to put in their inside front cover. So I've done that for the, you know, or I've created that with that kind of purpose in mind, or indeed, obviously it could go on the cover of a journal. Now this here is an envelope, which I have done in the style of my Burst in Blooms envelopes. So if you've been following my Fabulous Flowers series, you will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you might be wondering what I'm going on about. But you know, I thought this was kind of really fun to do, and something a bit unique, you know, in terms of a digital kit. So I have included obviously the envelope itself, and then I've included this piece. So I've got a couple here, or I've got a piece here, sorry, not a couple, which I've already cut out. So I wanted to save you obviously the time of me cutting. So this is the obviously envelope part. Now, if you followed my series and you know what I'm talking about and rambling on about, you'll know that obviously the Burst in Blooms appear like this. So you've got your fold lines here that you can see, and then you would fold the flap up, and your Burst in Blooms envelope would then, oops, oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs now because I'm doing this, trying to kind of hurry. Right, there we go. Got the fold in the right place now. So your Burst in Blooms envelope obviously would kind of look like this. So you would have obviously your blooms coming out of the top. Now the problem is I obviously did it wanting to have the coffee dyed kind of paper appearance, and obviously once you fold it you lose that completely. So what I've done, I've included a reversed flip of the flowers. So basically you will cut out your envelope. I mean, you could use it as a kind of folded envelope in the traditional sense, oops, like this, and then you could use your blooms as the flap, and then you've got really quite a pretty envelope on this side because you've got the flowers, and your flap is obviously the pretty flowers. And you know, if you wanted to kind of tidy it up there, then you could always do that. Obviously, you know, for the Burst in Blooms envelopes, that's quite nice, the overhang, but you may want to tidy it if you obviously wanted to have it tucked in as per a regular envelope. Sorry, I've now lost my train of thought. Right, but obviously for the purposes of the Burst in Blooms envelopes, what I thought I would do is obviously produce this, which is a flipped over version, that you would then fussy cut it out and then just glue it onto the kind of rear of there. Now, obviously, it doesn't really matter how it looks on the back because nobody's going to see the back. You know, it's just literally kind of stick over there. And then you would obviously fold your envelope in. Oops. Fold your envelope in and tuck your flap up. And there you've got your Burst in Blooms envelope. So, I mean, I think that's really, really sweet. And, you know, as I say, you don't have to worry about it matching perfectly because nobody's going to see that effectively. It's going to be kind of glued down. If that was worrying you, then obviously you could kind of trim it round and kind of tidy it up, you know. It's just a case of lining it up really properly and then kind of cutting around. But, you know, obviously you're going, or I would be gluing that down. So, you know, you've got the effect and you don't have to worry. And obviously, you know, if you want to kind of make your flap a bit lower, then you could obviously kind of put your flap a bit lower, however you like, really, that you wanted to kind of use that. So I wanted to include one of those because I thought it was something a bit unique and something that I hadn't really seen, obviously, in another kit. So, yeah, I thought that was really fun. So I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of little bits here to the side. I haven't had time, unfortunately, to play with this kit. Truly gutted because I really, really, really love it. And I desperately kind of want to play with it. But obviously I'm doing my series at the moment, which is kind of zapping up all my time. So I haven't really had time to kind of obviously play around with this. But I thought I would just give you a couple of kind of examples of how a couple of things would look. So let me just move one or two things out of the way. So first of all, I'm going to show you a couple of the pages printed onto ivory cardstock. So this is one of the pages here, printed out onto ivory. Let me see if I can find the same page. So this is it, obviously on the white, and then this is it printed onto the ivory. Just so as you can kind of get a feel for, you know, how it's going to look on different kind of coloured cards. So that's the first thing that I thought I would quickly show you. Now, then what I thought I would quickly demonstrate. Now, obviously, this is not, you know, this is not even put together. This is just loose pages, you know, so they're nowhere near in forming a journal yet. But I just wanted to kind of quickly show you the types of things that you could kind of do with this kit. So, obviously, I've cut out this journal belongs to, and I've just got literally some lace trim here. And I just thought, you know, just to give you a kind of sense of the types of things that you would obviously be able to do. You know, you could kind of just have this on the cover or on the inside of the front cover. That on its own to me just looks absolutely beautiful. You know, because the colours of the kit are so pretty, it really kind of, you know, just sings on its own really. So that was kind of one of the things that I just wanted to show you. And then I also wanted to kind of just give you an idea of how those big mats would kind of appear obviously on your page, because I know that they're a little bit different to kind of what, you know, what you might be used to using. But I thought they were a really great way to kind of obviously maximise your journaling room. So, you know, this one I have just literally cut this out, and again I just tore out one of those little kind of sentiments. And I just thought, you know, you could have that popped on there or down here. This obviously has been printed on, you know, the cardstock, so it's kind of slightly thicker. I have also got a piece somewhere, no, I can't find it, on coffee dyed paper. There we go. So that I can just demonstrate the difference. So, I mean, this one is literally just coffee dyed copy paper. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how it would kind of look, you know, differently. So obviously in the cardstock, I thought you could literally glue that down like a pocket, kind of, you know, like this, and have it here. You know, decorating wise, I mean, I kind of thought you could have something like, you know, if you were going to have, say, your great loves here, have that there. I've just got some lace trim here that you could just run, oops, run down the edge. Oh, that's folded over, which is a bit annoying. So just have that kind of down the edge. Again, you could just finish it off just by using a little flower here. You know, I mean, to me, that just looks gorgeous just on its own like that, with nothing else kind of on that page. You know, it really looks really pretty. So that's just kind of one of the things that you could do. Then I also have got a piece of the slimmer kind of, these ones, which again, I just tore this down just to kind of again demonstrate how it would look. And I thought, you know, you could kind of finish it off with something like a ruffle down the side of the page, literally kind of like that. Pop on maybe a couple of flowers, oops, you know, something like that. And then you could just have, for instance, one of the, what do you call these? Like a journaling spot, I suppose you would call these. So I've just cut this out. Oops. Hold on. So just cutting this out on here. You know, and just kind of have that here to the side. Again, you could kind of layer it up just on some lace. Just here at the side. And, you know, that's really all that page needs. It just looks so pretty. Just literally on its own. You could have a little bow there. Gorgeous. I mean, it's such pretty colours that they really kind of look, oh, just lovely, I think. So very, very calming and kind of, you know, a nice feel to them. So that's kind of those. Obviously, you could layer things up with some book page, which again, I thought I brought some along. Now I can't see it. Right, so here we've got some book page. So again, you could obviously use one of your larger journaling mats. You could tear this down. You don't have to use it, obviously, as the you know, the straight edges. So for instance here with the coffee dyed one, if I just kind of tear that down, which this actually brings me on to the other thing that I just wanted to mention whilst I was doing this video actually, is obviously, you know, I absolutely love doing the videos. I love making the digital things. I love making the physical things. But unfortunately, you know, kind of obviously I don't really have time at the moment to kind of actually make anything using this kit, which is such a shame. But I just wondered, or was wondering about a kind of design team, you know, using some of my digital bits and pieces really. I don't really know how a design team works. I have watched other videos where people have been on design teams. I did hear somebody mention that they were just able to pick kind of 5 items from somebody's digital collections and then just obviously incorporate, you know, any number of those 5 in, you know, 1 or 2 projects. And that would be their design team project. I really, really love everybody's work. That, you know, there's so many talented artists out there, and, you know, I would be hugely kind of, you know, flattered if anyone would be interested in kind of working with me and kind of, you know, using some of my products to obviously kind of make some journals or make some products or, you know, items. You know, I think it's kind of like a two-way thing really, because obviously that's more exposure for you on your channel, is obviously more exposure for, you know, for my items. You know, I just wonder what people would think about that, if any of you have any ideas as to how it works and just the level of interest really kind of that would be out there. Just something I'm throwing out there really, just, you know, yeah. So I just thought I would kind of mention that. So yeah, just comment below if you've kind of got any thoughts on that. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much. So obviously this is that photo journaling mat, sorry. I'm now completely flummoxed because of obviously talking about that just now. So again, you could obviously then tear the book page down. Oops. Now, I am really not doing this kit justice at all, so I feel a little bit frustrated with myself, but hopefully kind of you're seeing enough to kind of get a little bit of a kind of idea. Obviously I haven't torn the bottom just because I'm kind of rushing through this and going really quickly, but I was hoping to kind of do another video, but I don't think I'm going to get time because obviously I've had to do this twice now. Right, so again, that's kind of how it would obviously look layered up with some this book page behind it. And then again, you know, I mean, for me, it obviously wouldn't be one of my journals if I didn't kind of smother it in lace and kind of, you know, cover it in lace everywhere. But I just thought I would kind of, you know, give you a bit of a kind of demonstration as to how I thought would look really pretty kind of on that page. You know, it really, yeah, I think just a really super pretty kit to use. Let me just get one more little bit that I can just kind of pop on there. So just get, ooh, which piece shall I use? I'll use this here. Yeah, I mean, I really hope that you guys like this kit. I absolutely love it. I thought it was really different to, you know, other kits really. And I love these huge kind of journaling mats. So you could have that kind of to the side. Personally, I think that looks really pretty, and came together obviously really super quickly. And the other thing actually that I had brought this along, I've just got an envelope here that's been coffee dyed. Again, these would be perfect for the envelope. Now, I don't know what size this would be called. It's not obviously A5, so it's smaller than that. Might be a 5x7. I'm thinking a 5x7 size envelope, but obviously it kind of is perfect size for that because you've just got a tiny bit of envelope kind of around the edge there. And again, you could then decorate that up, you know, just really kind of simply, but really pretty. And it just comes together with no effort whatsoever. So yeah, really hope that you love the kit. I really, really love it. And, you know, gutted at the moment, I haven't got time to be using it. But I really hope that you love it. I would love to hear your comments below. And yeah, thank you so much for sticking with me. This video has ended up very long and very waffly, so I do apologise for that. Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you got some nice ideas there. If you want to see the kit, obviously it's in my shop, and yeah, I hope that you all enjoy it, and thank you very much. Have a great day. Thanks then. Bye.